Have you noticed that the world feels a little like a valley of dry bones lately? I mean, fear is getting louder, hope is feeling thin, and there's an ancient story that speaks directly to that moment. Hey there, Firebirds. Here's a quick thought to carry with you throughout the week. There's a powerful story in the book of Ezekiel. The Spirit carries the prophet into a valley that is filled with dry bones of old warriors and people and civilizations. They're not people who are just tired or struggling. These bones represent a people who believe their story is finished, that their hope is gone and their future is over. I don't know about you, but I know some people who are feeling that way today and wondering. And standing in that valley, the voice of the holy asks Ezekiel a really strange question, very bizarre. Can these bones live again? And it's almost an unfair question, really, because by every visible measure, the answer should be no. But Ezekiel answers with honesty, saying, breath of life, only you know. All right? Because only God can see what possibilities are. And then something really unexpected happens. The Spirit doesn't tell Ezekiel, "Oh, run away," or to escape the valley. The Spirit tells him to speak life inside it. Speak life right in that dead space. So Ezekiel speaks, and slowly some things begin to move, and the bones come together, and flesh returns, and finally breath enters them. And what looked like the end, stands up again as a living community. And that story hits differently right now, I think, because whether you think of it as an actual literal thing or a metaphorical thing, it seems to be applying, because these are moments in history right now when the whole world can feel a little like that valley. Fear gets loud, hope gets thin, the future looks uncertain. But this ancient vision reminds us of something important. Resurrection doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with someone dares to speak life into a moment that feels, finished, dried up. A small act of courage, a moment of compassion. Choosing love when fear would be easier. Small acts of love are never small. They ripple outward in ways that we may never fully see, and maybe that's the invitation for us this week, to remember that the breath is still moving. God is still creating, even in the valley, especially in the valleys. And if you'd like to explore this a little more deeply for our full Compassionate Souls drop, check us out. Drops every Friday, and until then, we invite you to take care. God bless, and bye for now.